What's up, ORNA fans? Welcome to the channel. I'm Chris, your host. Today we're going to be talking about a little ORNA. If you're joining us today, welcome to level 225, guys. Congratulations, the tutorial's over and you can begin the real game at tier 10 with other top players. This tier is going to offer some unique challenging dungeons, a whole new tier class line, and some big changes in the form of celestial classes and celestial weapons you did not have access to before. Today my goal is to share some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. As you can tell, I'm already 231, so I have some experience at this level. I will tell you up front, leveling becomes the biggest challenge. XP is heavy requirement. Orange and gold seem to flow faster, and you will have to do some farming. We're not going to cover the celestial classes today, but I want to give you some tips and tricks to help you. That being said, let's dive right into the Gilgamesh class line. Let me start off by saying, guys, I would not make this your first tier 10 class. This is the final class of the warrior class line. It's tanky, beefy. It can do significant damage when you get to the 150, 200k ward range, but it takes some time to get there. As you can tell, looking at the stats, you're going to get a major up from the Titan Guard, and you're going to gain some skill slots. You're going to gain a proficiency with pole arms, which opens up a few other ways to do this class. You're also going to have immunity to arcane magic and to dragons. Going into your abilities, you're going to unlock Guardian Strikes 3. This is a minor ability at this point. Spike Shield is really going to be your damage bread and butter. Diffuse Ward, good for healing. Spike Pauldrons, Spike Greaves, direct upgrades from the Mithril versions, and are important as far as collateral damage. You're also going to get Ward of Balor 2, which is a direct upgrade to Ward of Balor 1. More turns on ward and elemental resist. And every 5 to 10 levels, you're going to unlock a new spiked shield, which is going to allow you to deal more damage as we move through this. It's important to note, ward will affect your damage, as will crit. So you're going to have to base your build around that. Going into your passive abilities, Bastille is probably your most important. You're going to start with 10 turns of ward with recovery, and you're going to get stronger as you get more ward. The other main ability is Siphon Ward. As your ward takes damage, 50% of that is going to come back as mana, which is going to allow you to continue your attack and push the advantage. Of note, Guardian is really good if you're defending territories and can be good for a PvP build. Jumping into the gear, as you can see here, you are going to want to focus on an Axe of Gilgamesh as soon as possible. It is one of your outright best weapons. Less than ideal is the Balor's Crown. It is easily customizable and it has high defense and high res. I would focus on something more with the HP line. Fey Yeti Coat, always a great choice. For shields, we're going to want to focus on the Arisen Shield or the Griffin Shield or the Shield of Rada. And those will allow you to have more defense and ward. You can also look into Greaves, such as the Dynasty Greaves, are always a great choice, as they're going to allow you to use Walls of Ara, which is an upped version of Divine Bastion, much more efficient to cast and will give you a better chance at survival. As we're looking at stats here, you can see that, although not the best, this is a typical starting tier 10. High focus on ward. My defense and resistance are pretty high. I'm using this more as a survival class than opposed to a damage class. So you could always focus into crit. Is always a good start, especially with Spike Shield dealing such massive damage. For augmentations, you're going to want to focus on things that have ward 2%. If they happen to have HP, even better. Things like the Ashen Pinion and Ferocious Bullseye are really great for the crit. Pet-wise, you're going to want to focus on something like the Stewart Golem or a Fey Yeti, or even an Ortonite Golem or a Risen Stone Ward. You're looking for something to help you buff. In my choice, I always went with the Stewart Golem for the protect chance. This will help you focus on dealing damage as opposed to having to constantly keep an eye on your ward. Once you get started, you're good to go. Spell-wise, Ward of Mithril, you need to get Ward of Ordinite as soon as possible. Higher damage, protection, and more word turns. In my particular case, I'm running Cataphract, so you will notice I have Prism Wall up. Gate of Gunners on there. Yes, you will take some more damage with this, but you're going to deal more damage, which is the key. Obviously, Golem's Fortitude, Bear's Might for buffing, as well as Barrier. You're going to want Divine Bastion or Walls of Aru. Deficit Channel, always great for more damage. Worm Song, get those crits up. You can use Osmo Strike. This is easily replaceable, and I would recommend using Sharpen if you're going for damage. Spike Shield, obviously, is our bread and butter for the damage. Ward of Light 2 can also be used, as this will heal your ward and deal damage. Great backup option. Alright guys, let's dive right in. As you can tell, I've already buffed. I have everything going. At this point, you'll notice that every time my ward is taking damage, I am also getting mana back. Keep that deficit channel up. And if you are running Sharpen, I would keep the temporary attack up and spam your Spike Shield. Your only goal at this point is to get your buffs up and keep going. Well guys, in a nutshell, that's the tier 10 Gilgamesh class line for ORNA. Hopefully this video provided you with some tips and tricks that will make your transition to tier 10 a lot easier. It was an absolute blast, and I look forward to sharing some more tips and tricks with you in the future videos. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, leave a comment. Have a good night.